Yo, what's good, what's good? Yo, it's Pharaoh Martin, KYSDC.com. And we're here with DMV's own Allison Carney. How you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing well.
Okay. Just for the people who don't know, like I've heard your music, I've heard your name thrown about this area for a minute now, and it's, you know, it's wonderful to meet you finally. But let the people know who's probably watching this, who you are and where they might have heard you.
All right. What's up, everybody? I'm Allison Carney. I'm a native of Washington, D.C., born and raised. Basically, I've been doing music for, since I can remember, since I was a little kid. But more recently, you might have heard me on a couple songs with Tabby Benet, some stuff with Fife coming up, and actually the release last year. And I released a mixtape, Alice in Wonderland, that's been floating around a little bit. I kind of borrowed some beats from, let's see, Diplo, Lil Flying Lotus, Lil Bar. You know how mixtape goes. You know, borrow a couple beats here and there.
Or as Ice Cube says, jacking for beats.
Jacking for beats, yes. I'm the singer that jacked for beats, yeah, definitely. And just kind of making my way throughout the independent music scene.
Okay. So how did you get started, and talk a little bit about, you know, being a Washingtonian, you know, from this local music perspective?
I mean, when I started out young, I was super young. My grandmother got me started singing like at a really young age, you know, in the church. And from then on, like, I could feel it. Like, I just wanted to do it. It was something I loved. And I did it, you know, I sang all the way through college, sang after college, you know, and got into a couple girl groups, worked with a couple major labels, didn't really work out, kept it moving, and kept it indie. And so here I am now.
Do you prefer indie over major?
I never got to experience the full major life, so I can't really say that I prefer one or the other, but I love being able to make my own decisions musically. You know, I have a lot of artistic freedom, hence, you know.
Color hair. So do you write your own music?
I do.
So what's some of the things that you write about? And so just describe your influences and describe your sound a little bit.
All these bad relationships I've had. No. I write about love, or lack thereof. I write about, being a woman. I write about kind of like loving life and like just freedom and just being happy. You know, you're not going to hear a lot of stuff. You might hear a song or two, you know, in reference to some clothes or some hot gear or, you know, whatever, but it's not really going to be anything like that. It's more about just like being a woman, being sexy without being a slut. You know?
Do you have any musical influences or people that you kind of looked up to and you kind of pattern your music starting off before you found your own voice?
I love Prince. Not that I'm, patterning my music after him, but like in terms of just influences to my sound in general, I love Jimi Hendrix. Okay. Since I am an indie music lover, I'm a huge Little Dragon fan. I'm a huge J Davy fan. There's just, so many people. But then on the flip side, I'm a big Ella Fitzgerald fan, Billie Holiday. So yeah, okay. Definitely.
So why was there such a large gap between your first project and Alice in Wonderland? Why was it like a 4-year gap?
Life. Life kind of hit me hard for a minute. And I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy. I think soul music and R&B music, great genres, but it wasn't enough for me. For those of you who haven't heard my voice, it's a very full, clear, people have said soulful, voice, but the sound that was coming out was just it just wasn't filling me up. So I wanted to make it a little more fun, a little more danceable, a little more electronic, and just a little more colorful. So that's what we did from the free EP to Alice in Wonderland. Yeah.
So what's next for you in regards to, Alice in Wonderland, we done, if people can come pick up that, what's the next project they should be looking forward to?
I'm actually currently working on that next project right now, and I'm simultaneously working on another mixtape, but it's going to be more like an EP mixtape.
So one's going to be sold, the other one's going to be free release?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I believe in giving the economy subs right now, so I definitely believe in giving free music. My dad always told me there are two things that are constant in the world. I won't pump this, but it is the truth: music and drugs. And I don't believe in, one over the other, but I think that because of where we are in our economy, like the one thing I can do is give music and just make people a little happier. Make life
people give drugs, some people give music.
I give music. Music can be a drug.
Music is drugs,
No, whatever.
And you dropped 5. You said Tabby. You working with Titsworth. Who's some of the people that you want to collab with, or what's some of the people that you collab with that you love that stands out?
Working with Fife was really cool. I mean, we did it. I'm part of a tribute every year to Jay Dilla. The DC Does Dilla concert every year. I'm one of the players, as the band is called, and because of that show, I've gotten to work with members of Tribe. I've gotten to work with The Far Side. I've gotten to work with KRS-One, you know, just tons of some of the guys from Wu-Tang. Like, it's been really, really, really cool. And then, you know, like Raheem, Tabby, all those people, you know, Phil Ade. And it's fun. Like, we just have a great time. So being in that arena and getting to work with those artists, and it's a great platform for me to kind of be seen, and also just to like celebrate somebody's life and accomplishments at the same time. So up to this point, I would honestly say that the Dilla tributes have been like the most amazing shows for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, DMV, you know, you met Allison Carney. If you want to hear a little bit from her, maybe she can give you a sample, or she can give you her website where you can find her stuff.
I can do both if you want.
Go ahead.
All right, so let's see. Most of y'all ain't used to having to travel real far. Most times if you get a craving, you can just hop in your car. But for what I got, you're gonna need to hop on a flight. It's worth your while, even though it might take you all night. And if you want to know what the rest of that song is about, you might want to check out the album. I'll just say that song's called Japanese Candy.
Okay. I've seen that video on YouTube.
And it's about
another name for
but a good in a good way. Another name for female parts in a non-disrespectful, you know, kind of uplifting woman power kind of way.
Japanese Candy.
Japanese Candy.
Your lady part.
Your lady part. You can find all my music is online for free at AllisonCarney.bandcamp.com. And if you can't remember that, you can just do AllisonCarney.com. And on that site, I'm launching a bunch of different stuff this summer. One of them being my clothing line, which is going to be so awesome. And I'm going to play, so I will make sure that all the information on that play is on the website, and I'll give it to WKYS.com, so hopefully they'll put it up there.
So that's Allison Carney, DMV's own, you know, New Music Monday feature. I am for one. You know about it, KYSDC.com.